Hello everybody and welcome back to Hereticus, a Warhammer 40,000 Dark Heresy First Edition campaign. It's been a bit since we last played, but here we are. And the good news is that we'll be playing again. This will be played on a Thursday, and next time we play is actually 5 days from now. So, yay! So that's something at least. This session will be a 3-hour session. We were unable to begin early enough for a 4-hour session tonight, but yeah, 3 hours is better than 0 hours, I think.
As the orcs would say, here we go, here we go, here we go.
I thought the only thing orcs said was
Oh no.
Oh, and Umis.
Umis.
Yep.
You scrawny Umis don't stand no chance here.
So I'm just going to say for the record that Chris's next character is going to be an orc.
Yay!
Is that good with you, Chris? Cool, sweet.
Won't he shed spores everywhere?
Yeah.
We will have little orcs growing in our clothes.
Wait. Does that mean you can inhale orcs?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Orcs don't have time for your messy human reproduction. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet, I love it.
I'm so.
Please don't mind fighting them space marines, but those women is dangerous.
Okay, so Jones Backup is also an orc. That's excellent. Hello.
No. Well, I can. Well, maybe not an orc, but definitely do a gruff, like a guardsman who might secretly want to be one.
That works. Anyway, I'll just do a wee recap of what happened last time. So basically, we started last session with your acolytes going through a few weeks worth of training. I think I settled on 6 weeks that you spent training and getting to know each other, and after those
sisters now.
Yeah, absolutely. You've bonded and stuff, fun times. And after those 6 weeks, you had a visit by your Inquisitor, who had a chat with first Sister Francesca, sort of getting a feel of whether or not you guys were ready to embark on your first mission. And she briefed you on that first mission. She basically told you that you were to go to a moon named Sofano Luna, which is one of a few moons orbiting the planet Sofano Prime. Sofano Prime being a mining planet in the Calixtus sector close to Scintilla. On Sofano Luna, there is a facility, an inquisitorial facility, basically one massive detention center, prison, if you will, where they keep all sorts of nasty prisoners locked away. They had received a distress signal from this facility, and you were ordered to go there and find a prisoner named Alvena Iriax, a witch, and that was your primary objective once you got there. You were to extract her, preferably alive, but if that was impossible, then her corpse would suffice. And so you went there. We had, some of you had your first experience with the warp, as the cruiser taking you to Sofano Luna entered warp space.
That was fun.
That was fun. And when you arrived at the facility, it should also be mentioned that you were accompanied by a squad of inquisitorial stormtroopers. They were under strict orders to remain at the landing site where a shuttle would land, and defend that until you were ready to to leave the place. They were not in any way allowed to provide backup or reinforcements should you need it.
We are on our own.
You are indeed on your own. You still are. Anyway, you entered the facility. This facility helix is shaped like a hexagon, and you
Why
entered
not?
because why not? You entered it. I'll take your. I've made a delightfully crappy map of the place, and I'll take you there.
Oh no, I got crabs.
Now, it's just a representation of what the facility looks like, and the various sections.
Yes.
I like rubber the best.
I'm sure you do. So that's basically the facility as it looks from the air, and you came in via the main entrance, which was here, where I'm pinging. There. You elected not to go straight to the central area of the facility up here because you knew that there would be defense systems in place in that chamber. Instead, you decided to go. You decided to find a cogitator in the green section here. You for some reason you hadn't brought light sources with you, so you stumbled through the dark with only the smell of old blood. Any indication that anything had happened. You had no way of. You couldn't see your surroundings for obvious reasons because the lights weren't off. They'd been shut down. Anyway, you found the cogitator in this section. You stumbled through the dark and finally came upon it. And Medea tried using it. Unfortunately, the machine spirits in the cogitator were not cooperative in any way, and she couldn't do it. Couldn't handle.
We weren't friends.
No, you
Let's
most
just put it
certainly
that
were
way.
not. So you decided again to try and make your way to the next the adjoining section, which is the black section. And
Because what could go wrong?
what could go wrong, indeed. And there you also found a cogitator system in that section of cells. Unfortunately, this time you actually did manage to fire it up, and
Did so very well, in fact.
very well, in fact, indeed. And you were able to print out a manifest of the prisoners held in the facility, a long list of names.
Mm-hmm.
And I think also, if I remember correctly, Acalon sensed a psychic presence.
Yes.
He
We
said
also
it's-
managed. We also managed some lighting, I believe, didn't we?
Yes, you did. You did manage to turn on the light, so you're no longer walking blindly.
Yes. We switched the lights on, and we believe at least have locked the system to our use with a password, or at least to Medea's use, so that whoever switched the lights off on the other end won't be able to do so again via the same means.
Right.
Oh well, unless as far as we're aware. And as for Acalon's sensing of the presence, he sensed residual presence. It wasn't active, but it had been there. But the feeling was, as far as he was, all around in all directions, as far as he could tell. So for all he knows, the entire facility has this feeling.
Yes, it should be mentioned that the radius is relatively limited
Yes.
for his Cynician's ability. But yes, he did sense it. This
But either way,
lingering
there's
sense of that something was there.
yeah. So it's possible that the target had been in that section and moved.
Yep.
It should also be mentioned that in the large hallway leading from the entrance into the main and to the mains the central chamber was filled with dead people.
Yes.
I see dead people.
You did in fact see dead people.
You took my joke. Spit it out.
So
Yum 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 yum.
so there's
I can
There-
has eaten it.
So there's something you since you have Medea, you were able to access the system and you were able to turn on the lights and you set in a password which to prevent anyone from messing with the system, such as turning the light back off, which would be annoying.
Boo.
You also, since you're in the system, you can see that sections Flavus and Caeruleus are both locked down. You notice two red eyes blinking over these two sections.
Oh, the letter I.
The letter.
Yeah, I was about to say, why would the eyes be blinking? This is strange.
Yeah.
I don't
That
want
is going to be so
mommy.
confusing.
It is going to be so confusing, yeah.
Inquisitorial eye.
Inquisitorial eyes, yes, indeed.
Yes.
Because that's
And you said
less
that was-
disturbing.
That was what? Flavus and
Caeruleus,
Caeruleus.
yes.
So yellow and blue. Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Also,
So creepy.
also, now that the light has been turned back on, you can, of course, you can see your surroundings, and there's along the walls of this chamber the cogitator is standing in. Are against them are slumped numerous dead people.
Yeah.
They've been littering in the holes.
I
They've been living in
check.
the halls.
I check to see are these people armed?
Some of them are. Some of them are guard personnel. Clearly,
Okay.
they are armed with las pistols.
Yes. I tell everyone to grab an extra last pistol just in case, and because it never hurts to have an extra one.
Nope.
She doesn't take one herself because obviously she's barred from doing so, but she's only supposed to be using sanctified weaponry.
And this isn't sanctified.
Whereas-
Are you sure?
Yes, I am, in fact. So I can't.
Aw.
I'm not allowed to use that unless it's my absolute last resort, and then I'll have to go through some serious flagellation afterwards to cleanse myself. But the point here is the rest of you can use this weaponry just fine. What I can look for is to see if any of these people have an auspex.
Also, would they have ammo for these pistols? Just asking.
Each person with a las pistol also has an additional what's it called?
Clip or cell.
Yep,
Power cell.
Charge pack.
charge pack.
And then it's just sad that I don't know how to use stuff like this.
Yeah, Akalon does.
Well, Tim does, so he picks one up and that's charge pack.
Yes, Akalon will tuck his compact one away back into his jacket and take the bigger one and use that as his primary weapon from this point onwards.
Yes, because more bang
shots.
for the buck. Yeah, exactly. And while they do that, as I said, I'm looking to see if any of them actually have an auspex. If they're guard personnel, for example, they might have had one of those things. Because you know what? It might actually be nice to sense movements.
Sure.
Don't be so sensible. That's just boring.
No, it makes it makes a ton of sense.
Being
given
sensible
your-
in Dark Heresy isn't boring, it's necessary.
Are you sure?
And we are
Yes.
already in a situation which last time I compared to the old Aliens movies.
Yep.
And right now, I really feel like a colonial marine saying, they're coming from all around us.
I
I
haven't watched those movies, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, you're
I
missing
so
out.
want to make.
Oh, God, you're
I
missing
still want to
out.
make the motion tracker noise, but I'm not going to because the whistling will probably damage the microphone.
Anyway, you look for an Auspex, and you do find one. The room in which this cogitator is located is a central chamber within this section, basically where they do do surveillance of cell blocks and all that. And such a place wouldn't be a proper surveillance station if it didn't have an Auspex.
No, exactly. So, thank the Emperor. We are actually able to see more than, just the immediate surroundings now. She turns it on.
Sure.
Hell yes, she turns it on.
Sure, and I'll just need to know how far the pinging reaches. Armory. Where's the armory? There it is. Tools, I think. No, there's no. Oh, there it is. Okay, so these devices are used to detect energy emissions, motions, motion, and biological life signs. A character using Auspex gains a +20 bonus on awareness tests and may make a tech use test to use an Auspex to spot things not normally detectable to human senses alone, such as invisible gases, nearby biosigns, and ambient radiation. The standard range for an Auspex, and this is the important part, is 50 meters. The walls more than 50 centimeters thick, and certain shielding materials can block the scanner. Okay, cool. Cool.
Should still be able to see most of this place, and it is a tech use thing. I think I'm able to use it pretty much just for a pinger normally.
Yep. You don't need
but
to
if I
roll for
want,
that.
no, exactly. But if I want something more complicated than that, I'll hand it to Medea.
Okay. Cool.
I think that's a good idea. You saw how many times I failed last time.
Yes, but you at least have the skill.
Yep.
I don't.
There's a very sad point to that.
Yeah, very sad point to that, indeed. Okay, cool. So you pick up the scanner and you turn it on. You announce the proper rights and the Auspex sputters into life.
Exactly.
And you do not get any pings.
No, I did. Well, apart from us, obviously. I imagine we at least register, because if we don't, I'm holding a broken one.
you do register. So that's true.
Oh,
so
we're
you do
not
get
moving
pings,
at all.
but you're able to realize that those are your
our
biosigns.
presence. Yes.
This is a post-recording disclaimer. The players at this point in the recording are looking at a map of facility helocs. You are not able to see this map at this point, but later in the recording you will. I was a bit slow in switching scenes in the recording software I use to record these sessions, and for that I sincerely apologize. When I created the map, I assigned a color to each section within the facility to better distinguish them from each other. I also assigned each section a corresponding label, basically the Latin word for the relevant color. The colors chosen being red, black, blue, green, and yellow. It fits the context of the setting because Latin is widely used in games workshops and their licensees official Warhammer 40,000 material, so it fits there. Unfortunately, the Latin word for black is uncomfortably close to a real-life ethnic slur that we simply can't tolerate. It's too close for comfort for us as a group of players. We've discussed this, and that discussion has been edited out. and instead you're now hearing my beautiful voice doing this disclaimer. Going forward, we'll be using regular real-life terms for the colors, so red, black, blue, green, and yellow, both in the rest of the session and also in future sessions, if and when the facility is mentioned. This is a choice we've made as a group of like-minded individuals. We cannot tolerate. We do not tolerate the word. We do not approve of its use, and quite frankly, we find it distasteful. And even though the specific word in question is spelled slightly different and also pronounced slightly different than the ethnic slur, it's simply too close to comfort for us. This is a decision you may or may not agree with. It is what it is. It's the choice we've made, and it fits our views and our opinions on the matter. And I think with that, let's get back to the action.
We know that the blue area is one of the ones that is on lockdown, so obviously that's the direction we should move in.
Okay, so you go toward the blue section. Okay.
Yes.
Cool. The one that's locked down with the big inquisitorial eye over it on the cogitator screen.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay, so you move through these the many cell blocks that make up this segment, much as it also made up the green section you've already been in as well.
Yep.
And you. So when you move through these corridors, it's not like we would see it in a regular prison with small cells you can live in. Most of these cells contain complex contraptions designed to hold a prisoner in some absolutely hold them fast and unable to move in any way. Most of them also contain various implements of, shall we say, enhanced interrogation.
Ugh. Yeah.
Basically allowing for an interrogator to do
torture the hell out of whoever in his tender care administrations.
Yep. And
by eating cookies in front of them.
Aww, I want the cookie.
Yes, this
you can have one if you talk.
Yes, sadly, this Inquisition is not funded or sponsored by Monty Python, so it's a bit less comical than that.
Yep,
a bit less funny.
And,
but yes.
And what some of you may find disturbing, some of you may not. So that's entirely up to you. Is that some of these contraptions still contain their prisoners dead?
Yeah,
Obviously.
Same
if
fate
they weren't,
as...
I would be shooting them because fuck no zombies, please.
Same fate has befallen these as had the ones you've met elsewhere in the facility. Basically, sudden and violent bleeding from multiple orifices. So there is that. Yeah. But you
Someone is a messy eater.
What's that?
Someone is a messy eater.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that's exactly what she's doing. Actually, yes, in character, I think Acklon will.
Well, that was in character.
Oh, was it? I couldn't tell. My apologies. Possibly. At least the method of execution is consistent. This is the kind of power we could expect to have brought to bear against us.
Well, can I see or hear anything from the Auspex when we get to the door there?
Once you get near the door, you can see that the radius as you approach the door that the wall that separates the two sections, the radius becomes smaller.
Too thick.
It's simply too thick. It's
too
blocking.
thick a wall. Yes.
It's blocking the.
But once we open the door, that should take care of it.
Well, you get to the door and you see a massive red inquisitorial eye emblazoned upon it. But there doesn't seem to be any opening mechanism.
Well, I take out the seal that we got. We got our own what's it called? Inquisitorial signum. I take that out and see if it fits anywhere. I hold it aloft first and foremost. It might be a camera that actually recognizes it.
There is a pict recorder over the door. But flashing your signum does nothing. Nothing happens.
Okay. The pict recorder has that got a Vox element as well?
It does.
Okay, well, in that case, I mean, it's not as if there's really much problem in me having waved that thing around anyway, even if somebody is looking in there. The power armor kind of gives it away anyway.
No!
So, she looks up at the pict recorder and the Vox recorder and says, in the name of the Holy Inquisition, open.
Okay. Nothing happens. The door remains closed, and there's no indication that anyone registered.
No.
Medea is looking at her curiously with a "What are you doing?" look on her face.
There might have been an automatic. Recorder. I tried checking the Auspex again to see if there's any unusual.
I should say that Tim will have kept an eye on the hallway they just walked down on through. Just keeping an eye on behind them.
Yeah, that's a very smart move. Very smart move.
Smart Tim.
Yes, definitely. Good thinking. Because the rest of us had our heads up our arses.
No.
Well, that is
my
what he's there
ain't
for.
big enough.
Yes.
Yes, I'm there to put your heads up your arse.
That wasn't what I meant, goddammit.
Fucking hell.
Just for the image of it, he will have knelt down with the rifle ready to shoot.
Cool.
Yes.
And Sister Francesca looks at her Auspex.
Yeah, just making sure if there's any unusual readouts, if there's any recording on here of a place where I can plug in, or if there's an opening mechanism, or there might be for God's sakes, there might be a pre-coded blueprint of the facility in this thing that it is using, but I don't know that obviously because I only just picked it up.
Bling.
Ooh, what was that?
Coming down from the hallway you just left.
Motion? Okay,
it's coming a bit closer, yeah.
Yeah, I'm turning around and moving up so that I'm trying to not block. Tim's shooting or his firing line, but at the same time, there's no question that I'm still the better armored of the lot of us. So yeah.
Sure, and that's entirely possible. You can absolutely do so.
Good. So I'm about to take up position and make sure that my bolter is in fact off safety.
Tim takes aim.
So Tim, you see it first, of course. That the corridor is well lit now that that Medea turned on the light using the cogitator, but at the farthest end of the corridors that you can see, the lamp that hangs up on the corridor's roof or ceiling, blacks out. Then the lamp, the next lamp, blacks out.
Lights are going out.
Lights are going out, approaching you.
Oh, come on.
Coming nearer.
Akelon, can you sense anything?
Should roll a science check, shouldn't I?
Yes,
Yep.
because I would like to know so before I start blazing down the hallway with the bolter in
Okay.
my hand.
Perception. Any modifier?
No. Just straight up.
1 degree of success.
Okay.
That's
You-
actually not bad.
Nope, it's not.
So you reach into the. You don't actually reach into the warp. That would be a bad idea. But you try to sense the warp, the presence of.
Yep.
And you don't get. Well, you do get that same sense that you did last time you tried it. That lingering trace of something psychic. But there's nothing beyond that. Bling.
How many lamps between it and us? Because if
3.
3 more, okay. Francesca calls out, halt this instant or we will open fire.
Whatever is approaching actually does as it is told and
It stops. Good. Identify yourself.
There's no response.
Maybe you can't talk.
That is possible. I'm still testing I'm checking the auspex again, briefly, just to see if there is still something there.
Bling. And then the next lamp is blacked out. And then the next lamp. It's going quickly now.
Shooting.
Shooting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then let's see you shoot something.
Yes, and it is obviously with the primary my primary weapon. I just need to check one thing because, of course, it is a slightly different bolter layout for the ones they use.
Sure.
It's the one that you find in Blood of Martyrs. That's the they have their own pattern, obviously, and I just need to the Godwin Deus. I just need to check if it's if it actually has. If it allows me to fire on, I don't think I can fire on full auto. I'm pretty sure, in fact, I can't fire on full auto, but if I can fire it on semi, it would be nice. However, the damn thing eludes me, which is really bleeding annoying. Why cannot I find the damn thing? This is not funny.
Meanwhile, Tim, are you watching through your... I think you have a scope on your rifle.
I brought along a scope, yes. I think since he can't see anything, he'll alternate between using the scope and not using the scope. And he'll also try, if he can perceive something that's, not invisible, but almost.
Sure.
Just because, well, his first thought is, well, this might be invisible.
Sure.
Also,
see if you can see something within the darkness.
Sorry?
So to see if you can see something within the darkness.
Yes.
Is basically what I'm hearing you say. Okay.
Let's see. Godwin DS pattern bolter.
Yeah, I just got 1 or 2, so I'm firing I'm firing 2. I'm firing it on semi-automatic.
Okay.
And I'm firing it towards the peep, the bling on the auspex.
Sure.
So I'm basically.
So you're making an assessment, and
yes, I'm using that as my
Sure.
guide.
Sure.
And I'm firing it, as I said, on semis. Let's see if I can do anything.
Oh dear.
Oh, that's fine. I am.
Remember, you actually get +10 if I remember correctly on semi bursts.
Yeah, but it's already in there if you check.
Okay.
But I am considering.
Oh yeah, cool.
Using a reroll, or actually, maybe I shouldn't, because the point is that was basically what opens combat. But I suppose we should get some initiative going, shouldn't we?
Let's resolve this Sister Francesca shooting her first.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's
and see what happens.
well, as I said, I get let me see how many. I'm very wary of using her rerolls because I might need those for her faith power. Those fate points for the faith power this time, because if there's a psyker here, yes, please, I would very much like to not be affected by that shit.
I can't see why.
So yeah, I miss.
Okay, so you fire into the darkness, and
Yes,
and basically the indication you get to confirm that you missed is that the ping is still there.
Yes.
The Auspex still catches some bio sign.
Yeah, she just, as she fires, she just says very calmly, there's no panic or anything, she says, "Open fire."
Okay. And then we bring up the journal.
Right. How is
do we
this
do
chosen?
Oh God. Okay, so now I see what we don't have any tokens.
Purge the heretic.
Fabulous.
And made,
okay, so
and may the Emperor be with us all.
I'll do this the old-fashioned way. I'll simply note it down what you roll, and yeah.
You can always make a couple of tokens for us to have just for such an eventuality.
I will do that, but it'll have to be for next time.
Yeah, exactly.
So, how do you roll initiative in this?
Yeah, how do you do that?
Hang on, I will.
I'm hanging on for dear life.
I'll explain in a bit. I just need to open up some things on my telephone.
On your telephone, even.
On my telephone.
His phone.
My phone.
Very strange.
Why is it strange?
It has this weird portable communication device so far in advance of anything.
It's called a Vox. It's a very advanced Vox, but it's a Vox.
So
Probably not okayed by the tech priests, though.
Initiative is basically you roll a d10 and add your agility bonus.
And what is our agility bonus?
If you look at your stats, you have a number in agility.
Yeah, 40.
Yeah. Yes, then you have an agility bonus of 4.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
When it asks for something bonus for any of your stats, it's the whole 10s.
Yep.
So it's that plus whatever we have there.
Yes.
So 1d10 plus the bonus.
Wow, 11! Yay!
Wow, 5? Didn't you say 4?
Yeah, but I'm also wary.
I don't know what that means, but you're probably right.
That means she gets +1 because she's a jumpy little shit.
Very nice. Whoa. Huh. Okay.
Nice.
And I'm clearly still trying to see something I can shoot.
Yep.
It's just, I'm not used to shooting stuff I can't see.
Actually, it kind of makes sense for Tim to be like...
Take his time.
Yeah, exactly. Waiting for just the right moment.
Yeah.
Also, he can't see it. What's up with that?
Exactly. It's difficult. You can't really aim at something you can't see.
This is the second time in as many months that we've had to deal with an enemy that cloaks itself entirely in blackness. I mean, what is with you two? Is it a fetish?
Yes.
I think it is.
I
Must
can
be.
neither confirm nor deny that it is a fetish.
Mhm.
Sorry.
Fetishes are magic items for werewolves. We have no knowledge of such things.
No, they're not just that, and you damn well know it.
They are not sanctioned by the Adeptus Mechanicus, and consequently, I have no knowledge of them.
I don't think she's listening.
So either.
Sister Francesca, you're up first.
Yes, well, she just fired, but obviously, she's gonna give that another go.
Okay.
It's not exactly as if she's short on ammunition. She's got the clip she's got in now plus 4 more. So, I might as well.
I brought too much too.
I might as well. It gets another attempt.
Okay.
And again, it's with Semi.
Okay.
Hey, I hit.
Hey, cool.
Whee!
Just
Wow.
about.
Yeah, but that's fine. That's
You
fine
hit.
as I hit.
So
As
that
I
means
hit.
that one of the bolts.
One of the bolts strikes home.
Yep.
And
Okay.
of course, that is a 1d10 plus 5 X. So it's an explosive.
Okay.
Yeah, well, it's a bolt shell. They're always
Yeah.
explosive.
There are
Over there,
miniature,
and up
They're
there.
miniature rockets, basically.
miniature
Yes.
nukes.
Kaboom!
Not quite, but
No,
Yeah.
but they are extremely powerful.
Massively powerful things. Yes. Well,
The,
and now I'm probably going to roll like shit, but let's try it.
yes, I remember the
Don't roll shit. That's just disgusting.
Remember
That's
the game?
okay. It's 7,
Yeah.
and it's got a penetration of 4.
Yes, penetration 4 with a bullet that my local Games Workshop frontman boasted were the size of Coke cans.
No, that would be a marine bolt shell. These aren't quite as large.
No, okay, maybe about the size of, I don't know.
A large man's thumb, at least. The point is
Yeah.
that a marine bolter shell does 2d10 plus 5 explosive.
Yes.
They
Big
are
difference.
massive.
They are
massive.
huge.
I know
things.
you're not. I know Princess Francesca's not allowed to just pick up weapons, but yeah,
She
I'm gonna
wouldn't be
buy
able
her.
to- She wouldn't be able to use a fully marine-sized weapon anyway. It's simply
No.
much too big.
Can't you just let me dream?
Nope. Nope.
You are
Anyway.
genuinely stodgy.
Yes,
Anyway,
I am.
so Sister Francesca opens fire once more, and one of the bolts hits its target, and for a brief moment, the hallway is lit up by the impact, the explosion, and you all see what looks like a guard. It looks like a regular human dressed in a guard's uniform. You've seen a number of these while you've been in this facility.
Zombie.
And the figure, of course, staggers backward.
Fire.
And next up is Akalon.
Right, I shall be able to shoot it with my trusty las pistol. Give me a second.
Okay.
Just roll ballistic skill. No modifier as well.
Nope.
I think so.
Nope.
Jesus wept. That's bad.
No, you don't actually hit a damn thing.
Nope. And in
It's my
fact, you asked about modifiers, and I suppose I really should apply some kind of negative modifier because you're shooting into darkness, really.
Well, in this case, he is actually shooting at something he just saw illuminated.
True, but it's still lost in darkness when he actually shoots. So
The roll that bad,
but
I'm
I-
surprised he didn't somehow shoot behind everyone.
Well, let's put it this way: you just rolled a 98.
yeah.
I'm very lucky that the damn thing didn't blow up.
Yep.
So, what kind of weapon do you have now? You have the a regular las pistol, I imagine.
Regular lance pistol, and it's. What do you want to know about it particularly?
Basically, what's it called? Malfunction.
Does it have the ability?
Jam thing?
Wait a second. I think most las weapons have the reliable.
Yes, it's reliable.
Okay. Cool.
So basically, he has to do this, if I remember correctly, twice in a row or something for it to actually jam.
Yeah.
Yes, I need to get another catastrophic failure for it to then. Well, at least if that happens, I can then very quickly drop it and pull out a second las pistol. So I have at least 4 failures to get through.
That's
Yes.
true. Medea.
That's not bad.
Medea?
She said shoot, but I'm not fucking sure what to shoot at.
That's the problem, isn't it?
Uh,
But you did
I'm gonna shoot at whatever she shot after.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, you did
That
see it
seems like-
illuminated. You did see it illuminated briefly after
Yeah.
all.
Let's see if she can hit anything.
Yeah. Also, I'm assuming that while there might be negatives on hitting stuff in the darkness, since I have the auspex, that might offset it.
Do we have any modifiers?
No, because the others didn't, so you won't either.
All right.
Can my awareness help anything?
Nope, not in this case.
All right.
Yeah, success. Lovely.
Hey, that's a whole
Something.
success. Yes, you did.
Okay,
Ooh.
cool. Roll me some damage, please.
Uh-huh. How much
So
damage?
if I'm ambidextrous, can I then shoot twice?
Only if you have a gun in both hands, I think. And then
I do.
I think you need the 2-gun fighter thing.
Let's see. Okay, just for future reference, if a weapon has the reliable quality, it basically, if you would normally jam, if the weapon normally jams, you would then roll a d10, and if you roll a 10 on that d10, the weapon actually jams. Otherwise, it just misses.
Okay,
That's normal.
that's pretty good.
It is.
So it's 1d10 plus 3, I guess.
Yep, it is. And I don't think it's got any penetration. The last pistol has a penetration of 0.
Yeah, that's correct. Yes.
I'm not wearing a thingy.
A thingy.
A what thingy?
A last pistol.
Oh, you're using that's right. It's an auto pistol.
Yes.
It's an auto gun.
It's an auto gun.
You can't dual those.
Well, that also means that remember, if she's using an auto gun, she can fire more than one bullet per round. And if she does...
That's why I said that.
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with being ambidextrous.
Oh, no.
Because you're still holding one weapon. It's a 2-handed weapon.
Okay,
it's a rifle.
So basically, what this is all weapons have a rate of fire. They can either shoot single shots in a round. Some weapons can also shoot semi-bursts, and some weapons can actually fire. What are they called?
Full auto.
Full auto.
So that's what you call ROF.
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
It says S,
Yes.
3 or 10.
Yes. S is single shot. 3 is if you choose the single the semi burst, the burst. Yes. And 10 would be the full auto.
And that's how many bullets, because you then look at your clip.
Yep.
That how many is there in the clip?
30.
30, yes. So let's say you fired it on full auto, then you would obviously only have 20 bullets left. You would also get plus 20 on your to-hit roll.
Yes.
And for every full success you just rolled there, you got 1 degree of success, right? So for every full degree of success you get on that roll with your plus 20 modifier, you hit on 1 extra bullet.
Yep.
Nice.
And that's the same thing goes if you fire it on burst, but then you only get, of course, you fire less bullets and you only get plus 10.
Yes.
Okay.
So what you would do in this case, if you want to fire your weapon in with more than a single bullet, you would choose to go either semi or full auto. Full auto is, and I think this is true for semi as well, is a full action, which means you can't really do anything else other than react in your turn.
Okay.
But you would then fire 10 bullets. You would and
Or
common
3,
degrees.
if it was...
Sure, or 3 was if it was semi. That's up to you. And you got 1 degree, which with a plus 20 to your roll means you actually got 3 degrees of success.
Yeah. If you're firing it on full auto, if you're firing it on burst, you would have 2 successes.
Yes.
Yeah. Up to you how many bullets you want to expend, really.
Yeah.
I have clips enough, so why not the full?
Cool.
Sure.
Works.
She
Then
did say fire.
Yeah, that's true. She definitely did.
she did. 3
So-
bullets hit then.
Then you roll your damage 3 times.
There.
Pretty
Okay.
cool. Does an autogun have any penetration? I think it might have a penetration of 1 or something.
It doesn't. It has a penetration of 0.
Okay.
Yeah.
At least that's what I wrote in when I looked
Yep,
it
yeah.
up.
It's true.
Sure.
It's absolutely
Yeah,
true.
Got a page open.
Okay, so you make a full auto attack against whoever it is in the hallway, and you don't actually produce the same kind of light show that the bolter. The
No,
bolt
but
did.
it makes a lot of sound.
It makes a lot of sound, and you think you might hear the sound of flesh rending as your bullets hit home.
Oh, that's only egging her on, though.
Cool.
Is there still a ping?
There is no ping.
No, he's down. Ceasefire.
Medea
Oh,
stops.
we didn't even get to Tim.
Well,
You should stop hesitating then.
He didn't.
Really should. Cool. But yeah, no pings on the auspex.
maintain vigil. She moves forward slowly and very carefully. Uses the light on the auspex to see the man that's just been taken down.
Still aiming.
It's a man.
It
It was a guard.
It is a man. It was once a guard.
Yes. How long has he been dead?
Too long.
For about a few seconds.
Okay, so he doesn't look like he's been, dead for a week or something.
No, he does exhibit the same kind of wounds that you've seen throughout the facility. Bleeding severely. But you're fairly certain that Medea actually killed him.
Good. Well, in that case,
you also note just that his last pistol was still in its holster.
Yes, I have no doubt that he was coming at us. Well, we did call for him, so I have absolutely no qualms about this. I inform the others of what it is I see. Tell them that the man on the floor is in fact dead, and that it appears he's got the same wounds as all the others we've seen. So in theory, we may have to fight our way through every single one on our way out.
Bothersome.
Very.
Understood.
Is there a cogitator in the room that we've just come through? Because obviously there has been in the other cell blocks.
Not in. Well, you've moved through quite a few corridors, getting to this door to the black section.
Yes.
So you'll have to go back to the central room.
Yeah. No. The point is that out in the machine. Okay. Could you do me a favor and ping roughly where along the dividing line we are standing? Because I'm thinking, how far are we from the central chamber?
Sure.
Because I'm starting to think, if we can't get in through this door and it's on lockdown, we are all the way up there, yes. And I assume that there's considerably more than 50 meters into the center here.
Yes.
So I think that has got to be the next destination, is to head towards the center of the facility. I realize that there are probably going to be automated defense systems there, but hopefully we will also come upon some kind of cogitator unit before then that might be able to switch the damn things off.
Roger.
Okay.
Have you said that before?
Said what before?
I'm asking out of character if he's ever said Roger before.
Tim definitely has said it many times throughout his life. If he said it while you were there, probably during group training.
Okay, then she won't ask who Roger is.
Okay. So you have a schematic of the place. You know the layout, and you know that each section has its own central chamber in which these cogitators can be found. You know that much. You also know that there is from the black section which you're in.
Yep.
There are no direct exits that lead to the facility's central area.
All right.
You would have to go back to basically back the way you've already come.
Okay, well in that case, that's what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to go back and find a cogitator that Medea can use to open such doors, and to figure out if the lights can in fact be turned back on, or if that is the result of some kind of maleficent influence.
Okay, so you start moving back through the black section and back to
Considerably
the
more careful.
sure.
Much more careful this time around.
Sure.
Moving not stealthily, because that's fucking impossible in what I'm wearing, but making sure basically to have an eye on the auspex constantly.
Sure. So I'm just going to write something before we move on. It's a whisper, so keep an eye on the chat. You people.
Us people.
You people.
Us people.
We, the people.
Mm. You fucking people.
Fuck
What
you
if I'm a
people.
pooble?
You're not.
If you're a puckle?
You might be that.
A puffle?
A puck.
I have now posted.
You have posted.
You can has posted.
Mm-hmm.
Not for
Okay.
me.
Have you posted a puffle?
I have not posted a puffle.
How about a puffin?
A puffin I have posted.
That's good.
The
You
puffin
should.
that I posted.
Puffins are tasty.
Anyway, yes.
They are?
Okay.
I've heard so.
I've eaten them while I lived in the Faroe Islands.
But enough about puffins and puffles and all other
Manner of yes.
puffs.
We received our whispers.
Hey, it's
and
at least it's our poof who said so.
It's true.
Chris, what did you say?
So we've received our pings, and I think, well, it's just about an hour's just about passed by now. So
Very true. Let's take our first break, and we'll be back with more Hereticus shortly.